Okay, please forgive the poor sound quality and lighting. I'm not a YouTuber. I just wanted to make this video since I had a lot of requests on how these angels are made. So I've got a couple here. I figured I'd just show you. I just use yarn from the Dollar Tree for their dresses. And then this thicker yarn I actually got, I think I got it at a yard sale, but I'm sure you can get it from Hobby Lobby or any kind of craft store for the thicker yarn. This one is just regular yarn that I untwined, and I'll show you how to do that. And then this one is, it's this yarn that I got thrifting. I think I went to Salvation Army. I got like a bag of craft supplies, and so for like $4.99. I don't remember, but anyway, I like this for hair too. There's a lot of different things that you can do for hair. The one I'm going to make today to show you, I'm going to be using some brown macrame cord and untwined it to use for hair. So let me show you how I start my angels. So let me move these out of the way. A lot of my items I got from the Dollar Tree. I don't have a lot of them anymore. Sorry, let me rephrase that. A lot of them I've gotten over time, so I don't know if the Dollar Tree has them anymore. That's what I meant to say. I just kind of pick up stuff as I go. This is the burlap that I used for the wings. I ran out of it. This is just a thing I made. But I took off the lace and then I cut the wings out of the burlap. But I'll show you what I did. I do just have some scrap burlap that I had gotten from the craft store. So I just try to cut them. I put them together into 2 layers. It kind of makes it firmer and makes them stay better wing-wise as opposed to just doing 1 layer. So I usually will fold it in half and then fold it in half again. And I cut out some sort of wing shape. And it can be kind of anything you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because you're using burlap, you know, it's going to look a little more rustic, and I kind of really like that. So that's the wing shape that I cut out. Move this stuff out of the way. So, and then you're going to hot glue those 2 pieces together, and it just makes the wings a little more sturdy and stable. There we go. Try not to burn myself. Yeah, I'm so glad that you guys all liked my angels. Sorry that I'm not selling them. I just make them as gifts for people, but I'm hoping that with this video you guys can learn to make them too. Forgive my table, there's just so many hot glue spots and everything all over it. Again, like I said, I'm not a YouTuber. My house is not, you know, perfect and pretty, and my crafts are not perfect and pretty, but I'm glad that I can share them with you. Okay, so the next step is to get a length of this twine here. Got it from the Crafter's Corner, or Crafter's Square, excuse me, natural jute cord. And again, I don't really use measurements. I just kind of eyeball everything, so I'm sorry if you are a measurement person. I don't want to drive you crazy, but that's what I do. It's probably about 6 inches of jute cord folded in half, so, well, maybe closer to 9, but I am going to trim it later. But, so this is going to be my angel's body, and it's just this beautiful purple yarn from the Dollar Tree and this like rosy yarn from the Dollar Tree. And what I do is I wrap it around my arm several times from my palm to my elbow, and I just wrap it around several times until I get about that much, and then I fold it in half and I cut it, so then I have about this much thickness wise. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your jute cord and you are going to find the center of your yarn as close to the center as you can. Again, I don't measure, I just kind of wing it, so sorry if that bothers you. And you just tie it in a knot. I always double knot it. And this is going to be your angel's body. Then I open her up because we're going to glue down her arms first. So for her arms, this angel, my very first one that I made, I had just used some white baker's twine and braided it to make the arms and the legs. But I prefer using the macrame cord This is macrame cord that I got from Hobby Lobby. I just think it's just thicker. It looks nicer. It lays better when I'm trying to glue it and stuff. So I tie a knot in one end. Where's my scissors? There you go. And I kind of guesstimate like how long I want the arms to be. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not a very good videographer, so I'm sorry. You know, just kind of see where I want her arms to, how long I want them to be, and trim it. I tie the other end in a knot. Oh, left the thing, made that end too long. It's okay, we can trim it. Okay, and then I place her arms here. Make sure that they're centered so you don't have one arm longer than the other. That looks good. Yep. So I'm going to put some hot glue there. Sorry about all the scratchy noises. My dog, I had to put him in his kennel, otherwise he would be trying to help me with the the crafts. So he's in there moving around. Then I just put a little bit more hot glue. Fold over the yarn for her dress. Oh, I lost my, here we go. And then I just, oops, there we go. Pull her arms up out so they don't get glued in there. And I just kind of fold her dress down like that and hold it until the glue dries. Give it a few minutes because the hot glue is hot and I burnt myself more than once during this process. So, yeah, put that down there. Okay, and then to tie off her dress, I just use a piece of my colored yarn and tie it off up here somewhere. And I just double knot it. And then I'm just gonna kind of pull on these, make them a little neater looking. Do my best to, that one doesn't want to go down in. What is that attached to? Again, like I said, not a professional YouTuber. I don't know how to edit videos, so you're going to hear all of my inner monologue. I apologize if you didn't sign up for that. But, okay. So, there's her dress. And then, so for her legs, we do the same thing we did for the arms. You're going to take some of this macrame cord, tie knots on the ends, and then kind of see, you know, where you want her feet to come out. So it goes up to like where the waist is, and then you want it however long you want her feet to be. I am going to trim her dress a little bit, so I'm not going to make it too long. I'm actually going to shorten it a little bit. Okay. Now before you glue her legs in there, oh, losing my beads. Before you glue her legs in there, you're going to kind of gather up all of your yarn and cut off all these scraggly ends and try to make it the same length. So, just going to cut that there. It's hard to do with a camera in your face. Okay. And then just kind of shake it out. Brush your fingers through it to make sure there's no loose ones. You know, sometimes you get a random long one cut up in there. And you don't have to use 2 colors of yarn. You can use 1 color for the dress. I just thought that 2 looked really pretty. So I just wanted to do that with this particular angel. All right, I'm going to get all my little pieces out of the way here. Okay, so that is her dress. Now we're going to put her legs on. So you kind of find the middle point best you can. Pull a little bit more down there. All right, and then you just separate it, and you do like you did with the arms. You just put some hot glue there. Make sure that it's centered. Stick her legs on. Oh, I kind of made her legs a little long. That's okay. She's a tall lady. She's a tall angel. That's okay. And then you're going to Make sure that her legs are fully covered by the yarn. I just lost a head. Yep, maybe it just went somewhere. Okay, and then, yeah. And you can always shorten the legs later. Like, these are really long legs, so I'm probably going to shorten them. I cut her dress a little too short for the length of legs that I made, and that's okay. So let me just fix that real quick. That's easy. You just, unknot the macrame and do it again. Actually, I'm just gonna snip it and then retie it. I think that'll be perfect. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Okay. Shake her out a little bit. Alright, so this is what she looks like so far. Sometimes if your yarn's not lying right, you can just add a little bit of glue on her legs to get the yarn so her legs aren't peeping out. Because we want modest angels, right? We don't want them with a high slit in the front. I mean, you do you. If you want your angels to have a high slit, go ahead. That's up to you. I like mine a little more covered up. So there's how she looks so far. Let me see if I can make this go up any a little higher so you can see better. I hope that's okay. Okay, so the next part is, again, I just kind of straighten up her yarn a little bit, her dress. I kind of see which side I like better, which side looks better, and that side's going to be the front. I like this side better, so this will be my back. So I'm going to take my wings, and I'm going to put some hot glue on them, generous amount of hot glue, because you want this to last. And then I'm just going to stick that there and let it dry for a second. If it's too hot for you to touch, you can always just grab something and push down with it to kind of make it stay on there. Okay, so I'm sure as you saw with my angels, I've got a couple different beads. Both of them I got from the Dollar Tree. I have this basic wooden bead, and I have this beautiful brown bead. So however you want to make your angel, depends on what bead you want to use, but both are from the Dollar Tree. If you can't find, I got these brown ones last year, so I don't know if they still have them, but you can get something similar at Hobby Lobby. When I do the brown ones, I usually use my brown macrame, and it just makes a beautiful, really beautiful color combination for your angel. So, all right, so now that the glue is pretty much dry in the back, or mostly dry, we're going to put our head on. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to knock the camera. So, to do your head, you just put the twine up through the bead. Now, her head looks pretty small at the moment compared to her body. Once you put her hair on, it looks a lot better. So, there's a couple different ways to do her hair. So, I've got that thicker yarn. That's this one that I thrifted. And what I like to do is just spread it apart, like that, pull it apart. And you get these really pretty ringlets. You can even pull it apart even further if you'd like, and get more ringlets. Oh, well, of course, this one doesn't want to come apart for me, but you can pull it further, and it just gets like kind of a looser, wavy texture. I prefer the thicker ringlets. I think they're really pretty, but you can do however you want to do it. Or you can use just regular yarn. So my red head that I showed you, this one, is just regular Dollar Tree yarn. I ran out of that color, but I'll show you with this color. So you just untwist it. See how it's twisted? I don't know if you can see. See how it's twisted? Oh, don't mind my fingernails. I need to paint them. You can just untwist the yarn. Untwist, and you get these really pretty spirals of yarn to make the hair. And you can even untwist it further, like I did with that angel, and get even smaller ringlets of yarn. See? So that makes some really, really pretty yarn. And then what you do is, after they're all untwisted, you just put them all together, and you find like kind of what length that you want, and you'll trim it to that length, and I'll show you how to do that. But I'm going to use today to make this angel, I'm going to use this pretty brown macrame cord. Oh, also, what do I do with it? There's this one too that you can just cut. You don't have to twist or untwine it, untangle it. You can just cut it and then glue it on. Just depends on what kind of texture that you want your angel to have. So with the macrame, I already have these ones cut. This is actually just scrap from something else I was doing, so I decided to use it for angel hair. And again, just look at your angel and just kind of see how long. You actually don't need as long as a hair as you think. So just kind of see how long you are wanting your hair to be. So I just unravel the macrame. Easy peasy, right? Unravel it. And just set it next to her. Riker, what are you eating? Sorry, my dog. Be nice. You're okay. All right, so you just unravel the hair. Okay. And then try to like make sure that the ends are pretty even. Yeah. Close enough, right? You can always trim it. I almost always trim it at the end just to make it more. Yeah, I think that's a decent amount of hair. So then you're going to take your twine. You're going to stick this on her head and find the closest to the halfway point as you can. I think that's pretty good. And you're just going to tie it in a double knot. 1 and 2. And if you want at this point, you can actually just tie off your twine because you don't need to add anything else to it. So tie it off. Trim it. And that's what you use to hang up your ornament with. Okay, so her hair's looking a little crazy at the moment, so we're going to kind of adjust. I just pull pieces forward and back as I feel like they should go. And then we're going to glue them around her head with hot glue. And you can do your angel's hair however you'd like. I'm going to pull a couple pieces forward to use as a little hairdo in a minute. So what I usually do is I turn her on her front, pull our hair forward, and just start adding hot glue to the back of her head. Oops, I need more glue in there. 1 second. Okay, so you're going to just add hot glue, and again, be careful of your fingers, it's really hot. I burnt myself numerous times. And you're just going to start laying her hair down, just to cover up that bald head of hers. And just do it in pieces that make sense, you know. We can always add more glue. Just laying her hair down on top of that glue. And then you're just going to kind of go over to the side of her head and add some more hot glue. Stick it down. Like I said, don't worry if it's not all even. You can trim her hair at the end. Give her a little haircut. And you don't want to glue it all down in one spot. You want to just kind of keep going back and forth, because if you try to glue it down in one spot all at once, it could be clumpy or it could just look really weird from the front. I found that out the hard way. Had a wonky looking angel, but I just do, you know, little bits at a time to make her hair stick. Okay, so just to take a peek. Obviously these ones are up and loose, they're not glued down. Sometimes I glue the big ones down, sometimes I don't, depending on what I'm doing with her hair. I'm thinking about putting it back kind of in like a half up, half down ponytail type thing. You know, twisting these pieces and bringing them back. You can braid them, you can twist them, you can do whatever you'd like with them, or you can have her hair just down and nothing in it. So Yeah, I don't think I like that. Looks weird. But, you know, just play with her hair and kind of figure it out. See what you want to do with it. And just keep, you know, keep playing with it. So I'm going to actually glue some more of her hair to the back of her head because she's got some big hair. This is a little thicker than I actually might pull some of this out. And you can do that. If you don't like how thick her hair is, just change it. It's your angel. You can do what you want with it. That's better. It's a little better. And one more piece. There we go. That's better. She doesn't look like she's got, you know, as thick of hair anymore. All right, so I'm going to glue down some more of her hair. And I'm still going to pull these two pieces forward. I might do something with them. The hair for me just takes the longest because I like it to look pretty. Okay. And I got myself. That's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, ouch. I'm burning myself for you guys. I hope you I hope you appreciate this really not well done tutorial, but I'm glad to do it for you. I'm glad that you guys liked my angels and so many people wanted to know how to make them. It makes me happy being able to share this with everybody. I work with a lot of volunteers, and I was trying to think of something to make them, and my children, teachers, and PT and OT and speech, all that stuff. My son has autism, so he has all those therapies, and I wanted to make sure that they got a little gifty from us for Christmas, just so they know how much we appreciate them. So I thought that, you know, angels were a good option for that. All right, so, and again, you can glue down these bigger pieces if you want to the side of the head, like if you want your hair to be more to the side. Like hers is looking a little crazy back here, so I am going to do some trimming. So she's got an even haircut. Here we go. And depending on what you use, you know, it's easier or harder. The macrame cord is really pretty, but it is a little bit more stringy as far as trimming and what's the word I'm looking for? Styling. It's a little trickier to style as opposed to the yarn because, you know, it's supposed to be wavy and it just goes all over the place like regular, more natural curly hair. Whereas this one is a little bit more finicky. So there we go. We've got some nice wavy brown hair. And I think, uh-oh, my light went out. Well, I hope you can see. I'm sorry about that. My light decided to disconnect itself. Okay, so you can take the hair and you can pin it back. Do whatever you'd like with it. I think I'm just going to, I'm going to leave it down. Yeah. Gonna leave it down. So let me just get a little more glue up in here to glue these pieces down so she doesn't get a crazy hairdo. So yeah, like I said, the hair for me takes the longest, but you know, you do you. Maybe you want to spend more time on the dress or the wings or less time on the hair. I like their hair to look really, really pretty. So I spend a little more time on the hair. A little more hot glue there. Don't be afraid if you get like a little gob of hot glue like I did there. You can just cover it up with some of the strands. No one's going to see it. Okay, so there's her hair. Now you can always, you know, bring some forward if you want in front of her, or just keep it in the back. I like to have it a little bit of both, some in the back, some in the front, just to make it, you know, pretty. And I don't really glue it there, I just kind of place it there. Now, wow, her arms are long. I was making a giant angel, wasn't I? She's got some long arms. That's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Oh no, now it's going to be too short. I may have messed it up. Well, you know, live and learn. Oh man. Well, it's okay. My problem is I tie the knots too tight and I can't get them undone. And then I end up cutting them and that's too short. So maybe don't make your knots so tight until you are ready for the final product. Then you don't have to recut things. There we go. Okay, so I usually try to put something in her hand. So I got this from the Dollar Tree. And I also have this one, which I don't think it's from the Dollar Tree. I think I thrifted it with that bag of craft stuff that I got. I don't remember. The bag was huge. It had so much stuff in it. But, yeah, it was great. This one, I think it just matches her outfit and her dress and her hair better. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to cut some for her to hold in her hand. And then I think I'm going to put some in her hair to just kind of give her that last little bit of decoration she needs. I'm just going to cut one of these little butts here for her hair. I hope you can see I'm using my phone and it's just a cheap smartphone. It doesn't really want to focus. So hopefully it's not too blurry for you. So got her pretty hairdo here. I'm going to put a little flower in it. Yeah, right there. So a little bit of glue, just a little dab, and the flower. Okay. All right, so there's that, a little flower. And then, so I also have, some of my angels have trees. Let me show you real quick. These bigger ones I got from Hobby Lobby. They have, I don't know, six or eight in there. But these little tiny ones, they're so cute. I got from the seasonal section at the Dollar Tree. So she could be holding a tree, but this one I want to hold flowers. I've just been kind of changing that between trees and flowers. So we're going to give her a little flower to hold on to. So I usually just we'll put a little dab of glue kind of right at her center waist. Put that there. I put another dab of glue on there. And that's where her flowers go. Ouch. For myself. And then I'm going to put one more dab of glue. And again, I'm generous with the glue because I want it to stay. There. So it looks like she's kind of hugging the flowers with both hands. And alright. And she is done. So that's how I do my angels. Sorry my light went out halfway through. I hope you can see it okay. But yeah, that's how I do my angels. I hope that you found this helpful. I hope that you can make some angels for your own loved ones. And yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your interest in my angels. Bye.